What's up, everybody, and thanks for clicking on my video. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be installing 4 6-inch pod lights from Novsight. These are the Halo Pros. I'll give you a look at them in just a second, but we're going to go ahead and install these on the front of my 2024 Bronco, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to install them onto a bull bar on the front, how I'm going to wire them, how I'm going to mount them, and then I'll show you what they look like once they're on. All right, let's get to it. So you can see here we have the box for the pod lights. I already took the lights out, but you can see how the Novsight packs their stuff. On the inside of the box here, it has a breakdown of all the hardware that comes with it, how to mount the hardware in a picture, which is very descriptive. It's got technical details on the beams. And then here it's got all the electrical details that you'll need when you want to hook it up. And also on the bottom here is a QR code for the wiring harness installation video, which they have their own installation video on this, but we're going to cover how I'm going to do it on my Bronco so you can see it from my perspective. All right, so as you can see, I got all 4 of them mounted here. I'm going to go over how I mounted one of them so you guys can see the steps, but I got them mounted on the very front of the Bronco on a bull bar. All right, so this is how I mounted my 6-inch pods to my bull bar. I got me a mounting rack which mounts to the back of the bull bar here. This is from Rough Country. It actually mounts right into the back of the bar and provides these mounting surfaces for the back of each pod. As you can see, it mounts with this bolt and nut and washers right here. And then on the side, you can see all this hardware is included with the lights. You got these Allen bolts, which screw right into them and hold them down pretty good. They're on there pretty tight. But that's how I have them mounted to my bull bar. All right, so as you can see, each one of these has a connection. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what they're going to do is I'm going to route these up underneath the grill here, up to the top. 2 of them, the 2 on this side, which is the passenger side of the vehicle, I'm going to route around this way, and then to my control box, which is up here. And then the 2 on this side, I'm going to route up this way to the control box and then tie them together. Now these lights have DRLs, which is one mode, and the on and off as well, which is the second mode. And they also have a pretty cool sequential, the different features that you can use on the lights, so you can see they'll dance while they're on in a light that goes around, which I'll show you later on in the video. So as most of you know, with some of the Broncos, it comes with an auxiliary panel on the inside of it with 6 switches. And in order to take advantage of that, there's certain leads that run to certain spots on the Bronco where you can run your power to in order to be able to control those lights from the inside auxiliary switches. I also use a Garmin 6 switch over here, which has a lot higher amperage and can handle a bigger load, which is why I have that. The aux switches are good for lower amperage lighting on the vehicle. So what I'll have to do in order to get to the lead, because the lead for the front lights, if you're running a light bar or pods or fog lights or whatever up here, there is a lead right up underneath here under this plastic molding piece. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to remove all of these push pins with a prying tool, and this piece will come right out and you'll be able to see it up underneath there. Okay, so to remove the shroud, you have 9 push pins running through the shroud, And all you will need is a pry tool, and you'll just get up underneath each one and pry it out, and the shroud will lift right out. Okay, so I pulled all 9 of the push pins, and the next thing you do is you're going to lift up on the intake, and it comes right off. Set that to the side, and then as you can see, the shroud comes right off. Now you can see here is the end for, this is the purple wire, which is what you will connect your power wire to, that you can run to your aux switches. Now I'm going to run the power wire for the DRLs to this one, since it's a low amp draw, and I'll be able to control those inside the cab with the Bronco's aux switches, and I'll run my own power cable to my Garmin switch box here, which is what I'll run the actual lights off of. All right, so since the way I am wiring my lights up, I'll be using both my aux box that is in the Bronco, that comes with the Bronco, and my Garmin switch box. What I had to do was I cut the ends off of the wires that come with the Novsight pod lights so that it exposes all 4 of the wires that are internal. It cuts the on-off switch off and the relay and everything. So I cut all that off, and what it has left over is a yellow wire, a white wire, a red wire, and a black wire exposed. What those wires are is, of course, red and black is your main power and ground, power for your main lights, white when they're turned on and lighting up the road in front of you. Black is, of course, the ground, which you're going to ground to your either your battery or to your chassis, up to you. And then the white wire is what runs to one of the toggles on the switch that came with it that I cut off, but it is to control all the different functions of the DRL, which I'll show you all those functions later on in the video, but you'll see what each function you can cycle through with that wire. So that's what the white wire is for. And then the yellow wire is the power wire for your DRLs themselves. So the way I ran it was to my aux switch panel in the Bronco, which is pre-wired on a Bronco. I hooked it up in the front here with the exposed purple wire, and that runs to another spot here, which is another purple wire, which runs to the aux box. Now what I did was I ran the yellow wire from the Novsight lights, combined all 4 of them because the amperage draw is so low, and ran that to that purple wire, which goes to the aux. So I leave that on all the time. So when I turn my engine on, my DRLs on the pods come on. So they're pretty much on all the time. For the main light, that's the red and the black wires. Black is ground for the entire setup, but the red and the black, I have the red run to my switch box, my Garmin switch box, and it's main power. So all I got to do is switch those on and off from my cab, which I can use from Apple CarPlay or an app controlling the main lights on those pods. Black, of course, is grounded to the chassis. And then the white, I ran to a separate spot on the switch box, my Garmin switch box, which is my separate one, which is, as I said, cycles through the different functions that the lights do. It gets its own power source. As I said, the black grounds everything in each light. White gets its own power source. Red gets its own power source. Yellow gets its own power source. Remember that. Yellow, DRLs. White is the cycle, the power cycle feature, goes through all your different functions. And then red is the main power for the main light. After I split those, connected them all up, everything works just fine. So I'll go ahead and show you guys what each function does as you cycle through them, as I use switch number 1 on my Garmin, and I'll just go through each of those and show you what they do.